leave this location. Look at what's coming over the hill there.
You'd see a hailstone. It just landed, I think, on the camera mount or something right there. That's a smaller hailstone, but this is bonkers. Anybody live right now in Burnett tuning in? Anybody from Burnett tuning in right now? Hopefully you guys are getting this, but it seems like everybody here in Burnett is getting hammered. Not in a good way.
He got me too.
Hey, Trey, for the $10 super chat, appreciating those that choose to take cover under an overpass. I agree. This is live once again. This is live happening right now on the east side of Burnett. This is one of the radar omega cyclone ports. This is like their network of live cameras, and I mean, man, this is just crazy stuff that we're seeing right now. This is, again, for those that might just be tuning in, it kind of feels like deja vu right now. The supercell that we're looking at is literally in the same place that our supercell yesterday formed in. It's not the same situation. I do want to reiterate, it's not the same situation, but in this environment over here northwest of Dallas-Fort Worth, we have a very favorable environment for a significant hail and maybe even a significant tornado threat if this supercell is able to organize. But yeah, this is quite the storm right now. How's Ryan Scholl doing? We're okay. It seems like he's okay. He's able to drive. This is back live to our area of rotation right now here near Wichita Falls. This here storm chaser Sam Dennis, I think is how you say it. The area of circulation is right there in the middle. All right, near the power lines, just below it. And so we're still seeing a little bit of spin. The rotation right now is located just north of the Wichita Falls Municipal Airport. And it's going to be heading towards the Thornberry area and then Charlotte in northern Clay County, Texas. This tornado ring right now does include Cotton County, Oklahoma, Clay County, Texas, and then Wichita County, Texas. I definitely got to say, though, the big concern, at least for the next few minutes, will definitely be the hail. We still got a lot of hail falling on this camera. You can see the hail is now accumulated in the backyard of this person's house. It's accumulated literally everywhere. And it's definitely damaged, I would say, some roofs. I mean, this is apple size plus size hail that's been falling here. So this storm, again, no joke. We're going to continue to keep an eye on it. Let's go back over to Missouri. Our other tornado ring is off to the northwest of Springfield. This is a fairly dangerous supercell right now that is tracking towards Stockton, Humansville, and then eventually going towards Hermitage and Bolivar. This is the one that basically almost destroyed Ryan Scholl's car. It's definitely a storm that you don't want to be messing around with. So if you guys live in Stockton, in Missouri, you got to be protecting your vehicle right now. You live in Humansville, if you live in Bolivar, fair play, you got to protect your vehicle. This is a very dangerous supercell, and it is going to continue to produce a very large hail threat and possibly even a tornado. The Hope Gecko is pretty impressive on this supercell. Very strong inflow as well. Rotation is definitely contaminated, but if we had a tornado, it would be tracking directly into Stockton, Missouri here in about 10 minutes or so. So you got to be taking shelter if you're in this warning. We go back over to this. This is a photo that we just had sent in. This is storm chaser Jacob McMillan. He's looking at an updraft going up right now, just directly to the north of Oklahoma City. So you can see that updraft going up pretty quickly. Look at the sunshine peeking behind the clouds there on the right, too. Really cool photo. Got a lot of crest, I think it's called crest, I don't know what the name is, but it starts with C and then rays. I don't know how to say the name, but that's what it is. It's basically a bunch of rays from the sunlight that we're seeing here. So pretty cool photo there with that storm beginning to go up just north of Oklahoma City. And this one looks like currently on live radar. We got multiple little updrafts that are starting to try to go up here near Pawnee and west of Stillwater. And if any of these can organize, there's going to be a pretty significant threat of large hail and even a tornado. So we're keeping an eye on a bunch of these different storm chasers. We got storm chaser Edgar O'Neill also looking at this right now. With overshooting cloud tops beginning to cover the plain just west of Pawnee. And this is the base right now for storm chaser Nathan. Interesting to see on this storm falls. It's still very early into today's
So I think what we're going to do here, it's awful early in the day just to take off after some tornado warnings out to the east too early. If we go too early, then we're not going to be here when they develop here, I think, over the next hour and a half. And we see some cloud development off to the west of our location, and it's just not showing up on radar because there's not a lot of precipitation in it yet. So we're sitting southeast of Wichita, and really trying to resist the urge to want to take off to the west. But I think we're too early to do that. If we do it too early, we're going to miss. We do think we need to get west of the boundary line, though, and go more south, so that we may ease down across the... Let me check something here. I think it's too cold on this side of the boundary.
Nothing.
Okay, is everything plugged in?
No. Check it. Merrimack.
It's MA.
This is another live shot of our tornado ring, which now falls from sand. You can see that whole cloud of ring. That's the area of rotation. You kind of see a little bit of left to right motion at the front, you got right to left motion at the back. It's very broad right now. But anything soon needs to be trying to focus. The tornado is that
Right there.
Dust being kicked up right there. Yeah, see that? Is that dust or my dirt? No, that's like a gust tornado. That's just somebody's driving on a dirt road and dust being kicked up.
There it is.
My dirt road, that dust.
It's fine.
Might be a gust tornado right there. Can't fully tell. We're gonna see if any other chasers are close enough.
I got it. It's right there.
It's back to Arizona. That's a much closer look at that Wolverine. He's like right up in it right now. So this is a different perspective. This Purple X. You can see a Wolverine right there. It'll be about 60% of the way around. It's right in the middle there. That's the adventure zone. If there's a gust tornado to the right or something like that. This is exactly where a tornado's trying to drop right now. So it definitely looks nasty. This is a storm chaser running Carney 2. Look at this, guys. This thing looks like it's about to drop a tornado. Rotation hasn't tightened yet really on radar, but it's trying to tighten. All sorts of live shots of that storm. Definitely again looks concerning. We might be trying to drop a tornado here soon. So again, if you live here near Thornberry, Petrolia, or Pines, you gotta be taking shelter. The hail is once again no joke. This is the kind of
Yeah, I think I know where we're gonna go get on the east side of this boundary line, dry line. It's too cool on this side, even though we're close to it. And I think we need to go south. Um, can't give you all the details, but we're gonna go east of the boundary and south into Oklahoma, and I think we're going to be in the right place to catch some of these supercells that's going to develop here in the next hour or hour and a half. Let's just call it a gut feeling. We think those initial tornado warnings out to the east and northeast, moving up through Springfield, is similar to what we saw yesterday down in the Texas area that occurred up in Oklahoma, and we stayed down in Texas, and then that huge supercell developed that dropped so many tornadoes, and I don't. We're pretty sure we had a EF0, EF1 come over us, but that wasn't even the important part. The rear flank downdraft had such wind force in it. The Weather Service was telling us live that it was over 90 miles an hour on the rear flank downdraft after it passed over us, and we had extensive damage just out to the west of our location. I mean, literally just a couple of miles away. As it went down towards Springtown. We still haven't heard how many actual deaths there were last night. Unfortunately, there was a couple just north of us, where some of us saw, which is on the ground south of, and then there was a couple down to the south of where we were at. Yeah.
Half a mile we take a right.
Oh, thanks. We actually do have a target area we're headed to.
At the stop sign, take a right.
What?
Take a right at the stop sign. Yes.
So again, this line of thunderstorms up to the north, actually it's out to the east, northeast of our location. That's just thunderstorms. There may be some spin up small tornadoes in it. It's a distraction to us. I'm just don't want to take off in that direction and end up missing the big show this afternoon. So we're going to get here. We will be east of the boundary line here in just a few minutes. We're really close to it. I'll know when I see the temperature changes, and then we're going to go further south to get us back into Oklahoma, and then we're going to go back out to the east. And I think there's going to be a whole development of isolated supercells blow up here as soon as we start seeing the sun go down in about an hour. Just our perspective. We don't tell anybody else, what to do. We're not right all the time. But sometimes you got to take a chance. If you want to see the big storms, you got to take a chance and not just follow. What you don't see is what you need to know about, not necessarily what you do see on the radar. It's what's going to come later in the day, and that's what we try to focus on. It's a guesstimate gut feeling of what's going to show up here in the next hour and a half when the instability really starts kicking in. I don't know about you guys. I got to fix this live stream camera. I can't stand it being tilted just slightly to one side. So hold on while I get it adjusted. Much better. Yeah, we're going to be on the east side of this boundary in about 5 minutes. look familiar. We burnt these roads up last year out here.
I was just gonna say that. Look at that one up there.
But that's the other side of the boundary right there. That's what I'm talking about. When it crosses over, catches the warm air and ascension there. Ooh, hold on, people. Look at there. I knew if we got down here, we'd see them. So we're on the, we're literally just a few miles on the west side of this boundary line. But look what's happening just to the other side of it. That's how much difference 5 miles can make. This side is 68 degrees, give or take. I'm sure it's going to be 15, 20 degrees warmer on the other side. And right on that boundary line, we've got this one going up over here. And that one right there is going to be pretty vigorous. But I think there's more going to be coming in behind that one. Almost like this guy's doubling back, but I know I'm going east.
Yeah, curse to the right again.
Camp right in here.
Nobody's Clear.
David, that makes 97% of the sickness is that this is going to be back over in Kansas. So if you're this morning, got to take shelter. They're saying this is a tornado.
It just said tornado warning.
Yeah, Natusha. Right here.
Tornado warning just went up on that supercell there to the front and right of this highway. So that supercell there, that storm is just on the other side of the boundary line. We should cross the boundary line here in about 2 or 3 miles. We're finally going east-southeast. We are still in Kansas though, but we're scraping the Kansas-Oklahoma border. But we're north of the border.
Gambler's here.
Pretty close to the four corners up here: Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Independence is down to the east and the right of the camera lens. Joplin is also down that way. Kansas City and Topeka is to the left of this highway.
Red left over here. Red left at the fork.
Gambler, where you been, man? I was just thinking about you yesterday. We were down in Texas. Got a little bit more technology in the car this year to help us with the navigation system and staying live. We put a full-scale router, and we're basically a mobile Wi-Fi. Rewired the entire vehicle. I think we've got a little over 32 USB-C ports running all the cameras and equipment. Added 2 inverters and a full-scale router Wi-Fi system with a local area network inside the vehicle. We added 50 terabytes of video storage capabilities back at the main office in Nashville that we can transmit it back to via Wi-Fi. And so far yesterday, when we lost our video, we lost it for less than 10 seconds each time. And until there was some kind of network problem with YouTube, and I think a whole bunch of people lost their live feeds. But we were already finished for the day, so we didn't try to crank it back up. But we're running 2 separate cell phone networks through a single router and have Starlink capabilities to tie into. We've got 4 cell phone antennas on the top now, feeding into our cell phones, and our 360-degree turret camera did not come in time to get it mounted on top, but we'll have it by the end of the summer mounted, military grade. We put several hundred hours of stripping everything, including the dash, out of the car and rewiring everything and putting it back together. So hopefully, I can tell you from standpoint of not having a bunch of wires laying around inside the car, that is absolutely great. The Wi-Fi, that everything's running off of Wi-Fi and local area network, and with a router that has 3 redundancies to it, it's going to be a good year. Be nice to have that turret camera, but we'll get it up there. We got a TV station engineer, video engineer, is going to help us wire it up. If I can get a picture of it, I'll post it today or tomorrow on our live stream. Then we got something really special for next year that we're working on. There's a possibility, particularly if we can get some grant money, of having a color Doppler, mini color Doppler radar on top with a 5-mile radius to it. Can't even tell you how that came about, but it was the craziest thing. After we attended a scientific conference on severe storms in Atlanta, and there was only about 6 of us didn't have doctor in front of our name. People from NASA, Marshall Space Center, 4 or 5 big universities that study severe weather, and Georgia Tech, which blew me out of the water with what they're working on down there from a radar standpoint. So we called the manufacturer of a product, and they had never thought about using their product in the format that we had discussed with them, but they're pretty sure it will work. We're pretty sure it will work. And basically what we're trying to do is identify tornadoes inside of became wrapped in rain, and we'll be able to see the debris being lofted up into the air on a miniature Doppler, color Doppler, and be able to track the direction that debris field is moving from the ground and not from the air. Because as you know, NEXRAD and Doppler radars really can't see above 5,000 feet very good, and the further away you are from the radars that the National Weather Service uses, the higher the beam goes and the least amount you can see closer to the ground. So pretty excited about this. The manufacturer distributor of the technology is actually intrigued and interested in working with us to make sure it works right. May have to upgrade out of the car though into some kind of SUV. Not thrilled about that. I kind of like this little car, especially now that we've got all the technology. We pretty much maxed out the technology we can put in the car. Once we get the turret camera on top, I think that's about as far as we can go technology-wise without going to a little bit bigger vehicle. I'll try to turn the camera here a little bit. There's a supercell on the east side of the dry line. That thing just keeps getting bigger from this side. We think there's going to be several more though behind it. We're not going to be able to catch that particular supercell there. There is some chasers underneath of it. It is tornado warned. And they've got some wall clouds underneath of it. But I think the ones that's getting ready to come in behind it over the next 2 hours could be even bigger. Just a gut feeling on my part based on the information I have, but we're convinced that the instability is going to be more to the south down in Oklahoma than it is going to be up this way. Oklahoma and eastern Oklahoma, western Missouri, than it's going to be up here in Kansas as the sun starts going down and we start getting these supercells popping this afternoon. I don't know if the Doppler radar gambler is going to actually pick up the rotation, but what it will pick up is objects and debris in the air up to 5 miles out. So a half a mile, based on our discussions with the manufacturer, and a half a mile we'll see it at probably 1,000 to 1,500 feet. And when it gets out to 5 miles, if it's 5 miles from us, and that's going to be about the maximum range of this miniature radar, we'll probably be able to see stuff, 4,000 to 5,000 feet up in the air, and it will track the direction of the movement of the debris. So I assume it's like, reading radar is always something you got to get used to, but in this situation, for what we're talking about with this manufacturer, is there's going to be a short learning curve, like reading. I work in healthcare, so it's like reading chest X-rays and CTs. There's a learning curve on identifying what you're actually looking at versus trash, and but they said the learning curve shouldn't be that much, especially once we get filled with it and get used to it. But mounting mobile Dopplers just probably getting a big area for investment for them in sales compared to what they've used the technology for in other areas. But the system itself is about $8,000 to $15,000 for the basic package that we're going to need. It's going to be an investment, so we'll either do a grant. I'd love to do a grant through a research group at a university. Some of them we initially talked to were afraid we were more of a for-profit agency. I really don't want to go get a 501 C3 status, just to be able to work with some of the universities. So we're looking at public-private collaborative situations where grant money is available for public-private coordination, and doing one on public safety and betterment of the public in that area, for being able to identify tornadoes inside of a rain-wrapped system. We might have a pretty good shot at getting enough money to pick up one of these radars. We wouldn't even care at this point if it was a used one. So we may look in that direction as well. I'm just excited about the Wi-Fi we've got set up in here. It goes out 1,500 feet. We actually sat in a hotel room this morning, and the hotel was slow. We tapped into the car Wi-Fi and used it inside the hotel. Now that was cool. Glad to have you on board. Hope we have a bunch join today. Our target this year, I think we've got about 4,200, 4,300 subscribers. We're actually shooting for 6,000 to 8,000 by the end of chase season, and 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you're on board and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification. Tomorrow is even going to be a bigger day than today. We will be back over into the Mississippi Delta area tomorrow on the Illinois side, and they're actually expecting a possible outbreak tomorrow. Outbreak, I think, takes 10 to 12 tornadoes to be able to be called an outbreak, but I think we may get that many this afternoon into this evening from it's in a big area, but I think the instability will be enough to generate that. I'll tell you, my concern with technology, we could actually use a third person in the vehicle with just the technology we've got now. So Lisa could concentrate more on navigation, and because she's handling navigation and cameras. I'm doing the driving and navigation and trying to get us into the area I think we're going to be able to see the most. If we go up any more in technology, particularly once we get that turret camera on top, we're almost going to need a third person just to coordinate. We'd like to be able to switch from camera to camera to camera to get multiple views while we're live streaming. So that'll be our next step, probably even before we get the turret camera mounted. I'll tell you that the addition of the 50 terabytes of data storage that we put in at the office back in Nashville that we can remote into, that's going to clear the clutter of small external storage devices. This is only 4 or 5 boxes that carries all that data. We can expand out almost to 100 terabytes with what we've got now. We generally shoot about, on a good day, we'll shoot about 1 terabyte of video amongst all the cameras. And if you don't have storage for that, you really hate to cut anything out because you don't know what you've got on your video until you actually go back and look at it. I don't know how high the storm tops are in this storm right here, but they look like they're at about 50,000 feet, 40 to 50,000 feet at least right now. just crossed over the boundary line. We should be seeing the temperature start going up substantially here just any time. I know the humidity over here has jumped up to 84% on this side of the boundary. We were in the 40-45% area back on the other side. So humidity has jumped substantially in the last probably 15-20 minutes as we move to the east side of the boundary. Extremely moist environment out here.
He's driving up into Sycamore right now. There are reports of still others that are going
Nova, glad to have you on board.
Here from Dakota, the very strong winds. He's located. He's still on the west side of this thing. This tornado is not really moving much though. It's pretty much stationary right now.
Humidity keeps going up now that we're on this side of,
Probably not right there in the middle.
now that we've been on this side of the front
The influence right now.
boundary line.
I know Pam was looking at this other one.
88.
There's a
So we're on
here, interception. Here, big climber lights right back there.
down
Very
there.
confident that again, that tornado's right there in the middle. I don't think that's it right there. It's rain show. It's probably right by that.
That's why it's important to have that up there.
East or west of New York, so I can see it. This tornado is stationary.
So now that we've crossed over the boundary line, humidity's up to 88%. Temperature's rising. That's why we've got these big towers going up on these supercells like that one right there.
Again, the tornado itself is
We
very
won't be able to catch that one, but there's one that's paralleling us to the south. We're going to be able to get in front of that. We're pretty sure it's going to go tornado warning and shortly.
This is a very dangerous situation, guys. We've got to take shelter from this tornado warning. Put as many poles between you from the outside as possible. Get away from windows. This is a huge tornado. Could easily be intense or violent in this environment. We've really got to put as many poles between you from the outside. If you have friends or family here, they got to take shelter. We think that's the tornado right there, guys.
We got about 5 miles and we're going to be turning south. Once we turn south, you'll be able to see all these cloud tops and these isolated supercells blowing up in Oklahoma.
Very confident that's what that is right there. So where Carter's located, he's about 6 to 7 miles east of where this tornado is located. Near the Tri-City Airport. I think that's what that is right there. This is from Jason.
South.
Right there. It's going southeast. We're right now.
Oh, he's over there now.
Some damage there. Keep an eye on that.
He's over there.
Cars now going down a west road. We'll see it. Yeah, so way down the road there.
So we've decided to go east of the boundary line, and then we're going to go south, back into Oklahoma. Just got a gut feeling that the instability down there, now it start going down, is going to really ramp up. there you can just actually see with the visual eye how fast those clouds are rising in that storm in front of us.
On Esther says to be safe.
We try to be everywhere we go. Last night got a little hairy for a few minutes. We haven't seen the report yet, but if anybody watched our live stream last night, where we were sitting at in Texas, when we saw the power flashes to the north of us, about 4 or 5 miles towards Bridgeport, apparently they had a couple of deaths up that way. We think it jumped over us. It jumped over us, or it wasn't as intense. When it came through, we had 70-something mile-an-hour winds for about a minute. And then just south of us in Springtown, about 2 or 3 miles south of us, are our location. They had another couple of deaths. I know we had a lot of damage about 2 miles south of us when we left our location.
He's very close to the tornado. He's right off to his left. He's only a half a mile from it. It's actually about 2 miles. He's about 2 miles to the east of it.
Now you'll get to see all these supercells down here blowing up. The one that was in front of us just then, we're not going to be able to catch, but we got 2 coming in down here we're going to be able to get on top of.
Apparently they're soft. Apparently they're soft, but they say it's down on the storm too.
Some of the other chasers in that storm that you could see just a few minutes ago, they've already lost their windshields. There was baseball-sized hail in that storm. We think the instability down here to the south, we should be, we'll cross into Oklahoma here in about 10 miles. So we're going due south back into Oklahoma. Temperature's really going up now that we got on this side of the boundary. Of all these storms that are blowing up, we've got to get to the south side of them if we're going to get any videos. And I sure don't want to have to punch the core of one of them if a tornado forms just so we can get on the other side. We kind of promised ourselves that. So for some reference of where we're at, we're southeast of Wichita, Kansas, and due north of 60 miles north of.
This is over Cherry. And then over Cherryville is where the pumping areas are usually. It's only for 2 inch hail, that's it.
get darker as we get underneath of them. But that one right there in front of us, that thing's almost doubled in height since we've turned south. We got another one. This is the one we're trying to catch, and it's over this way. That's the one we're trying to get in front of. We're pretty sure it's going to go tornadic here in a few minutes. I tell you, one of the other ones about to lose his windshield in baseball size hell. This year, you wasn't on yesterday, we added extra 22 inches over the windshield with the roof rack. And yep, that's chicken wire, 1/4-inch chicken wire up there. Worked extremely well last night in the hell we got into down in Texas, and we didn't have any cracks or windows broken. We've always had a hell cage on the rear window, and it's double layered back there. We could hear them bouncing off the metal chicken wire back here. It's not like you can get on the interstate, on Amazon or the internet and buy hell shells. I see most people think people wouldn't be out in the middle of a hailstorm.
Isn't that tornado out? Aunt Esther says, isn't that tornado out?
We're actually in the original tornado alley, correct. Kansas City, Joplin, Missouri is just down to the left of the camera lens. Springfield and Joplin, Missouri. Everybody knows about the Joplin tornado. Kansas City and Topeka, Kansas is back to the north and east of where we're at. We're due north of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and southeast Wichita, Kansas. So we're out in the middle of, I think we're pretty close to the central part of the United States. About as central as you can get. Fayetteville, Arkansas is off to the southeast of our location. So they call this the 4 Points area. You got Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma right here. Probably within 50 miles of our location, all 4 of those states come together. The clouds and the weather in front of us are just going to keep getting darker as we get closer. Once we get under this, it's going to get pretty hairy. We're exactly where I wanted to be at this time. We're on the direct path of intercepting a isolated supercell that is currently southwest of our position, and based on its movement and our movement, we should meet each other up the road here in about 15 miles, 20 miles. This particular supercell was nothing 45 minutes ago. Now it's really blowing up. So I'm glad we held back on the urge to take off east with that line of storms, because I just didn't feel like that we'd be able to. I mean, it's just a line of storms. They had some tornado warnings with it, but it's probably just going to be spin up tornadoes. It was these isolated supercells later this afternoon that we want to get in front of and to the south of. So we were a little too far north, but we didn't take off east, thank goodness. We're now going due south. Like I said, we're probably 50, 60 miles north of Tulsa, but we're in Oklahoma here in a few minutes.
Here in a second. I didn't quickly touch on these supercell leads and access this for quite some time. Main track results right out here, 6 minutes right now. This is in Clayton County. If you look here, you're going to be taking shelter. We do have a couple right now, including Sam, Dean Switch. I'm not seeing them all right now. Currently, I won't be surprised if we do a wall out somewhere. Right now, this storm is tracking down towards Farmer Road 332. Right now, in Clayton County, our rotation currently pretty long. There's a large chunk echo, so there's a chance of trying to produce a tornado here soon, so you got to take shelter. It's going to be tracking probably towards the Texas. It's a very slow storm. Watch that one as it continues to go on the red valley of Texas.
Now you can see the outlines of that supercell in front of us and the layers that are forming in it.
Straight supercell right now located over near Greenfield. This is just east of Joplin. It's going towards Dadeville and Aldrich. This one can try to produce a tornado at some point. That's how it's trying to possibly. Storm chaser Ryan Shaw, I believe, will be going towards that, so we're going to keep an eye on him. Back over near Osceola and El Dorado Springs, we are watching another area of broad rotation. That is going to be tracking towards Collins, as well as Missouri 13, just south of Lowry City. This one also has a possible attack and is producing tennis ball-sized hail. We also have baseball-sized hail.
Yeah, the closer we get, the more you'll be able to see the structures of these storms.
Giant hail is currently tracking out to the east right now. So chaser, whatever's okay here, there's an ambulance here. Well, that's just something I heard here, but storm chaser Ryan Shaw has a very, very cracked windshield. I'm not sure what's going on there. They're just parked there and talking or something like that, but he's okay. Go back over to northern Oklahoma. We have a new severe thunderstorm ring that'll be west of Bartlesville.
She's asking about me.
Damaging winds. Going back to the supercell, this is the one that's producing the significant tornado threat in Kansas near Cherryville.
Yeah, I've got a navigator over here. Lisa's navigating for me. She's got well, I can just show you. Hold on just a second. So this is what the front of our vehicle looks like. And on her side, she's got all the maps up, tracking our progress and watching the storms. We've got our radars. Hang on just a second. So down here we have our radars. We're running 2 different radars. All those little red dots are storm chasers, certified storm spotters that are out today. The little red dot with the blue around it is us. So we try to stay away from the rest of them, and we're cutting through on a different path to get down to that storm that you can see everybody at to the south of us. And then, so this is our long range radar. It's a little bit smoother, and we can see how they're moving and what direction. This one here is a little bit more specific, and we can split the screen and actually see the correlation coefficient, which would show us if there was any debris or rotation inside of the storm once we got closer to it. Then what we did this year is we replaced our standard car radio and went to a 10-inch screen, which is more like a computer tablet. Even though it's a car radio, we can pull down YouTube and radar and other things on that channel or on that radio. So basically we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 tablets up front. We've got a backup in the rear, and we've got 4 cell phones, and then a slew of cameras across the front and sides of the vehicle, capturing all about 270 degrees around the vehicle, and we've got them low in the windshield, so they're basically, a couple of them are almost shooting straight up above us so we can see what's going on up there. We are gonna, tomorrow we'll have a camera mounted right about here, and so our videos will be able to show you what we see from our standpoint, looking out the windshield with all the cameras and radars and everything going. So we went pretty high tech this year. We've got our own router inside the vehicle. Everything's running off of Wi-Fi. We've got a total of 7 cellular antenna pickups on the roof with redundancy. We've got 2 cell phone companies. If one's not picking up, it'll immediately switch to the other. And then we also have capability of tying into Starlink. But Starlink, like right now, wouldn't help us because we're under about 40,000 feet of clouds, and they're just not going to read. So we got to stay as ground-based as possible. So except for a rooftop 360 camera, we've about maxed out the technology that we can get inside the vehicle at this point. And probably once we get the 360 camera up top, we really need a third person in the car. So if we end up feeling we need to do that and got somebody we can find that can spend several months a year out with us, we'll move up to a bigger vehicle. I hate to put them on the roof right now. It's probably not the safest place. Yeah, maybe somebody likes riding motorcycles. We could get set up on the roof. They like a lot of wind in their face. Miss Pamela, good to have you on board with us. Don't look like much now, but this thing's gonna get pretty hairy here. Just a little while. Yes. Preferably along the route. Well, the humidity since we got on this side of the boundary jumped up to almost 90%. Temperature's still climbing, so that means dew points are headed upwards even though the sun's going down. We've just jumped 5 degrees in the last 15 minutes on temp. And the humidity's jumped from about 50% up to right at 90%. Closest? Nothing anywhere else? Well, you get a better point us directly, and it's on our route. Okay. Better point us directly to that, and not let me. We got to get some gas. Adding all this technology and power and the inverters, we had to go up to 130 amp alternator, which pulls a lot more on the engine, and then that bigger roof rack on top is giving us a lot of wind resistance, so our miles per gallon went down substantially this year. We were getting about 28 or 29 last year. We're only getting 20 this year, miles per gallon. Should be getting in front of this supercell down here just the next 10 or 15 minutes. We just passed into Chautauqua County. I think I pronounced that right. Chautauqua. they're saying is the area that we're targeted, that we are headed to, that we decided that was the area we need to be in. The Severe Storms Forecast Center in the 10 minutes is getting ready to upgrade the tornado potential substantially. So we may go to a 4 out of 5 here in front of us in just a minute. They just put a tornado warning out on the supercell that we're trying to intercept. It's so close to the instability that we believe is occurring down here after the sun went down, that they had already predicted that the tornado potential was going to be higher after dark than before.
The temperature just jumped up 3.5 degrees right now.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, we're sitting here watching the temperature on our outside weather thing, literally watching the temperature rise every 5 minutes.
It jumped up 5.3 degrees it went up.
It's jumped 5 degrees in about 3 minutes. We're getting into some really moist, warm, ground-based dew points.
Oh my God, look, it's on the ground. Urgent update.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. Just had another tornado drop on one of these storms.
It just went up another degree.
Man, the temperature is really climbing where we're at right now. Glad to have you on board, Vera.
It's right there.
Just south of us.
Yes.
So it's on that same cell.
Yes. The one that we're targeting.
Going in now. Temperature's climbing, humidity's climbing. This is exactly what I expected was going to happen. I'm glad I hit back on the urge to take off to the east.
Deal with this and a whole lot more in this book, As It Is in Heaven. And I would love to send it to you so you can learn more about your future destination. That is, if you put your faith in Jesus.
What is that?
No idea.
Copy of As It Is in
I
Heaven,
know what
so
it
you
is.
can learn more about the afterlife.
So we're underneath a huge radio antenna out here. We're so close to it, it's overriding our antennas on our car. And it literally wiped out my radios. Holy cow. But our Wi-Fi system is still working strong. He's not.
Okay.
How far away from the gas station?
6.5 miles.
Well, right now I don't see a town anywhere in sight, but they say there's a gas station 6.5 miles up here, and that's good. Because my gas light just went on. I wonder how powerful that radio antenna was. It had to be pretty powerful to just blare in on all the radios we had in the car. Look at there, it just did it again. What in the world is it doing? Oh, I know what I need to do. I can fix that. Now it should drop out. So basically we're driving to what we call a triple point. It's where we're just going to be just to the east of where the cold front, the boundary line, and the warm front all converge out to the west of us, and we're right in that triple point area. How far?
4.6 miles.
Well, where's the town up here? Actually, I don't care about town. I just over at the gas station. We try not to turn them on if we can help it, but we turn them on just to keep the lens on the camera from blurring out. The windshield with water on it acts as another focal lens and blurs the camera.
1.8 miles.
Without water on it, it's just a clear glass, but we learned that the hard way, and then I had a camera person tell me about the water getting on the window turns it into a optical lens, and
1.4 miles.
be like wearing somebody else's glasses or putting another pair of glasses on top of yours. I'm going to have to go to the left right there and go south over there, so give me a route.
Okay. Got it. Go to the left. So at this intersection, we'll have
No,
to take
here.
a right.
No, we're going this way.
Yes.
We'll take a left on that road. We're going down.
Yes.
We'll take a left on that road and then a right. Car coming?
No, clear. Take a left on this one.
We will take a left on that road right there.
Yes.
Find me a town down there on that road.
Right there.
Okay, then put it in. Because I'm going to lose a few minutes gassing up. And that's going to move it closer to us. How far is this gas station? 3 miles.
0.3 of a mile. On the right.
Or left.
On the right.
Okay, I see.
Fill up 66.
Ladybug. I got gas up real quick.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Alright. Guy just bought that Volkswagen van.
Oh, nice.
Well, it looks like a piece of junk, but he says, wait till I finish with it. It's going to look good.
4/10 of a mile, take a right.
No.
No.
I need to go that way.
You said that city
Is
down
it gonna-
here. You said that city. So I put that city in.
What'd you put in?
This one right here.
No, I'm already headed that direction.
Oh,
That's the one I thought you was putting in.
that's the one I put in right there.
That one?
Yes, with a C. Copan.
And it wants me to take a right down here?
Yes.
No, I think I'll go straight. And then I'm going to take a left there on that road. Whatever this road right here is, I'm going to go, well, put in Peru. I don't want to miss my turn. If I miss my turn, we'll miss the storm. E-R-U. 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 E-R-U.
Peru,
You hit first one. First one.
Kansas. Okay. Stop. Still says to take a right.
Okay. We're having to jog a couple of miles back to the east to get back in front of this storm. Oh, there's 166. So we're going to take a right and hit 166.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's where I need to be. I thought I was on 166 a while ago.
No.
No, this just curved. No, it's not turned.
In 2.9 miles, you're going to take a left onto 166 East.
That's where I need to be. What happened here?
No, I did not.
Man, I got gas all over my head.
Do you need
How far?
2.7 miles now.
I'm going to be up there on the hill.
Look at those winds.
Did you look at this? Well, this storm we're getting ready to drive into looks pretty gnarly here to the south of us. Well, I hate to tell you all this. We may have to core punch through the northeast side of this storm to get to the south side to see if there's any tornado inside this thing. It's still tornado warned, but we're gonna have to boogie down the road here and take a chance on going northeast of it and going all the way to the south side before it crosses the road in front of us. We don't like doing that. That ain't good.
Someone says that you're chasing the clouds. Vera Conger said that you're chasing the clouds.
Chasing the temperature and the humidity, actually. The higher the dew points, the more lift into the atmosphere, the better chance of tornado being formed. And you gotta have those high dew points on the ground level. We'll get to see more of this structure the closer we get to it.
1.1 mile, take a left onto 166 East.
Well, y'all just had one in Springfield go, a big storm go north of y'all that was tornado warned. Well, we hope we don't drive into the sky. That means we've been lifted up in the air. But we are headed actually in the direction of Springfield and Joplin. Once we get on Highway 166, we're already in Kansas.
At the stop sign, you're going to take a left.
We got a big supercell down here. It's been isolated out by itself for its whole life cycle.
And it's tornado warned.
I can tell you it's going to be pretty windy and pretty gnarly when we get inside of it.
This is where you take the left.
Are you looking at that one at Bartsville? Because we've got a tornado warning on the Bartlettville supercell. You'll see it right here when we take a left. Is this four-way? Apparently not.
Okay, clear.
He didn't slow down.
Here says it's not tornado warned. The one I'm looking at is tornado warned.
I know. Oh, and we'll cut across in front of it here in a minute. We're going over to get on Highway 75 south. If that's an interstate, we won't get on it, but if it's not an interstate, we'll get on that 4-lane south. I can't remember if it's an interstate or a 4-lane. I believe it may be an interstate, though. If it's an interstate, we probably won't get on it because it limits our ability to navigate.
Nissan broke it below.
Nope, been there, done that one. Well, I'll pass. Right now we're on Highway 166, moving to the southeast. We'll go through Peru, Kansas, a little community up here, in a few miles, and then we're headed over towards Bartlesville, Kansas. And we get in front of this big storm that's coming through. It's been isolated all out by itself. Yeah, but we're not going to. If I do, I'm going to miss the storm.
Through in 2.5 miles, you take a left.
Think about it.
Yeah, that car was slow.
Yeah, the speed limit. I like the speed limits out here in Oklahoma, but we're staying right around the speed limit.
We've got lightning to our right now.
I'm saying that big storm over there. The storm in front of us has still got a tornado warning on it, and the radar's showing a slight hook on the rear part, but we're going to have to bust through to the south to be able to see what's back there. This is going to be a high precipitation storm when it comes through. Jog around it, but I think put one of those back on Bart Street.
This one is.
Okay. We're just gonna bust right through. I think we can bust through and get on the south side before we get into that rain. What is this? Is that 75?
Yeah.
So I'm going this way now.
Yes.
So how do I get on 75?
Which
And
part?
is that an interstate? 'Cause I don't want to get on the interstate. Yeah, we're gonna keep going south. We're gonna bust right through the north side of this storm. I think we can get to it before it gets to us and get on the south side so we can turn around and look back up to the north.
No, it's
We'll
not
get a
an
better
interstate.
view of it.
It's one of these roads that we're on now. It's 66 and 75 together. 166 and 75.
I just saw that on the maps in here. Coffeeville, I just saw that on the maps.
Right there.
Well, we're not gonna make it that far though. We're just gonna turn right up here, right?
Right. In 4 miles, we're gonna go right onto US 75. Vera says it's very hard to see the clouds.
Unfortunately, the camera that we use for our live streams adjusts the focus and the f-stop to make it look lighter than it really is out here. Looking at the live stream screen and looking just to the right of the screen is like night and day. So the live stream lightens it up, which really helps at nighttime for watchers to be able to see storm structure tornadoes at night. But to show what's really happening right now, it's actually much darker than the live stream showing. Now once we get up here and you can see the structures a little bit more, it'll give you more clarity on the structure than it will on the actual darkness of what it's like out here right now. Up to when I was going to turn.
Yes.
Where,
At 1.5 miles, I was
no,
gonna start telling you.
5 miles, you start telling me every half mile.
1.5 miles, we're gonna be arriving at US 75.
And then tenths of a mile, we'll get under a mile. But it is a turn.
As well as the Humansville area, this is our second tornado warning for the same exact area. If you're in this warning, you got to be taking shelter and putting as many walls between you from the outside as possible. Got a huge hail core too, and that's going to go right into the area of Hermitage. We're only looking at baseball-sized hail, maybe even larger than that. We're also watching this storm right down near Ash Grove. That could also try to do the same thing. Now it's going to go towards Springfield. This entire storm, guys, is rotating this.
Take a left right up here. I'm gonna consider going straight, but I think it's gonna beat us. Where's Sheffield?
Now the circulation to the west picking up a little bit. This is going to be a big time tornado here in a few minutes.
Take a left here, goes.
The velocities are very, very strong. Just a few moments in northern Oklahoma. This is gearing up to be a big one. It's about to go down big. And several vortices that we're going to do.
Where's Sheffield? Well, we hope not.
They're about to, August is about to fly a drone into this tornado. And there's a drone that's about to fly into this tornado. It's called Otis. They fly drones into tornadoes. They're about to fly into this thing, I think. But there's a tornado actively dropping. You can see the rapid rotation. This will probably be a pretty large tornado here in a few minutes. And it is now fully condensed and on the ground. So we now have a condensed tornado in progress. That is your condensation funnel is now touching the ground. And it is quickly becoming a larger tornado. And near Racker, and it's heading towards the Joseph Williams Prairie Reserve. So we got a large tornado now on the ground here in northern Oklahoma. I would anticipate this will be a PDS tornado. This is
okay, we're 10 miles from crossing in front of this storm. It's going to be 50-50 of whether we get there before it does or it gets to this road before we get past it.
Goodness. This is, it's not, I don't think it hit anything right now. It's on the south side of Racker, Oklahoma.
Oh my God.
Giants.
You got me kidding.
This is insane.
relation to where we were at.
Now back to being non-condensed. It is still down, by the way. It's
Stay
just
on
not
this one.
condensed
Stay
anymore.
on.
Okay.
I want that.
That one is right here.
Hit start, please.
That's right here.
Oh. Okay, that's good shit. As long as I got one of them.
Again, for the time being, might still have some vortices on the ground. Actually, they just flew a drone into the tornado. But still, it looks like it's still down. I got some darts still being kicked up. This is a tornado.
You got a big tornado getting ready to drop about 10 miles right here.
So the tornado is still down. They have upgraded this so it can pretty up here. So right. This one's gonna cross the road. There's chasers here. This one's gonna drop right in front of them.
Where are we? Oh, wow. This tornado that they're talking about is only 8 miles from us. This is the one we're trying to bust through the storm to get to the south side so we can see it. They've got twin tornadoes on the ground 8 miles to the right of the camera and south. I knew this was going to be a big one. Look at that. We're going to be right in the middle of this in about 5 minutes. Do what?
Want your helmet?
Nope, I won't be on.
Helmet too.
Sounds available. You know where they're at?
Yes, they're right
Okay.
behind you.
I'll hang in there. You don't want to miss this one. The next 15 minutes is going to be hairy. We got 2 tornadoes on the ground 8 miles to the southeast of us.
Situation
away from overpasses, you'll die.
Good shot, Connor, for the time. Let's search that.
Oh my God. That literally hit the tower.
Apparently lightning just struck the tower next to it.
This storm is out to the right of the camera right now, just straight out to the right of our camera.
What's the next city? Because we go all the way down, we're gonna get to Marcel.
So right there on the right is the area of interest. Right there, at least some sweet breeze right out. It might be dry here for another one here. Guys, aren't new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. If you guys have friends or family in risk of severe weather today, make sure to
What's the next city?
I've got to concentrate on this right now.
severe weather is going to be.
You better have your eyes out that window. It's right there.
This is not an event that's going to be happening between now and 9 o'clock or something. This is going to go all the way into the overnight hours. And we're going to have tornadoes probably past midnight tonight. So that's one of the reasons why.
People, this is getting ready to get hairy.
Also, the supercell here near Cherryville, Kansas, just produced 3-inch sized hail, according to some sort of spotters or public there in the town of Cherryville. There was baseball sized hail too, just north of that. So this storm here is producing some really dangerous stuff, and it's going towards Joplin, Columbus, and Neosho. It will eventually go to southwestern portions of Missouri. So definitely need to watch the supercell very closely. One that's over here in which has produced 2 tornadoes. It looks like it's beginning the year again. Another tornado near Blackland, and that's going
Beginning to ramp up for tornadoes, just said the one that we're on. He just said the one that we're on is beginning to ramp up for another tornado. It's pretty good.
We've got a special, after Kankakee, we put a special clear sheet. We had the windshield tent place put a clear sheet of plastic on the inside of our windshield. So if we do get hit by hail and it breaks the windshield, there won't be shards of glass flying in the car. And that wasn't cheap.
We have a small car.
CJ's looking at it, looks like a
I believe we're going to make it south so we can turn around and look back to the north into this storm. It is right here to the right of the car.
Thank you. We've managed to have this destroyed in almost 2 years. That is insane. Consider it and subscribe to the channel.
The storm's getting ready to go just north of Bartlesville, Kansas.
Back over in Texas, we still have a tornado moving here. Don't think it's going to continue, but someone may have been more channel damaging ones over here near Ryan and Refill right over here in Texas. So we're still watching that super pretty closely. The tornado watch down in Oklahoma City and Texas does go until 11 o'clock Central Time. The one up here is until midnight near Tulsa, and over in southwestern Missouri goes until 2 a.m., but it could even be longer than that. This is likely going to be producing another tornado here in a second. Over here in Blue Avenue,
Get me an east-west route.
Doing it.
Get me an east-west route.
Right there, that's a
Find a road, a highway. Zoom out. Find a highway that goes east and west.
That's what we want to see is tornadoes happening in open fields. That's the drone. Look at the drone, guys. That drone's about to go fly the tornado, I think. Maybe it just did. I don't know. There's a drone right there. Flying it in.
Highway 60. Do you need to turn right?
You can see all that large circular
Huh?
area there.
You need to turn right. It's Highway 60.
Velocities are very, very tight near black land, and it's going to probably gear up for
An
another
east-west
here in a
route,
second.
Highway 60.
Thank
Honestly,
goodness.
put a drone at some point, probably. Hey,
Yes,
Ryan,
right
let's talk
here.
about
Where are we at?
Watch the video
We are
tomorrow.
right here.
And we're going south.
Your
Yes.
thoughts on it right now.
And I need a road that goes straight from there to that direction so we
Yes.
can follow the storm.
Yes, it's right here, and it's a little
That's
top right.
taking us into the storm. I need one to take
Right
me.
here. It goes up a little bit, and then it goes this way.
Everything's rotating across
It's a
that
little
drone
top
yet.
guide. It goes up, and then it goes this way.
Velocities are really
Same
tight right
road.
now. If you look bottom right, they're very tight. We're directly over the southeast
Into
side of
Nevada.
Florida, so it's probably going to be on the ground at any moment. At least a rapidly rotating warm cloud.
You better.
So this storm, once again, still producing a risk of a tornado. It's very slow moving, luckily, but Bartlesville is definitely one of those places in Oklahoma that we need to be watching this for. We're going to go back to Edgar if he does have a view of that in a second. Back to Kansas, we still have a confirmed tornado warning here that is going towards Parsons and Oswego. We have several storm chasers that are looking at this, including Storm Runner Media. This one's been organizing a lot here. It is wild to look at these two different storms. The one in Oklahoma.
Okay, we
looks
can't
like
go any
it's
further south. The storm is out to our right.
Kansas, only about 45 minutes
Trying to find a
northeast.
road
It's
to
pitch
go
black,
out that way.
mostly because of the storm height. Where these storm chasers are located, the storms here are towering up to 53,000 feet, and the sun is being blocked by the tall clouds off to their west. So Storm Media is saying there's a funnel with this.
We got to get out of these city lights. I'm trying to find a road out to get underneath this.
Here, 9/10 of a mile.
Right there.
You take East 6th Street, which will bring you to Highway 60.
This is a wild.
I can't go any further south. It's right here.
Start going south, position near Bartlesville.
This is a crazy storm here in northern or southeastern Kansas.
I'm surprised they ain't here. They got sirens going off in Bartlesville.
Sounds like a lot of the storm chasers are actually going to be heading down to the storm that's right now in Oklahoma. This one has long-term potential to be a significant storm. And as you can see, it is a discrete supercell. It is in a very favorable environment. Our significant tornado parameter values are
Where,
4 and 5 in a lot of these areas. And that does mean that there's a lot of wind shear instability for these storms to work with. So this one over here near Bartlesville, I do think it's going to be very concerning down the line. It will go towards like Miami, Coffeyville. You basically live anywhere in this like cone here.
Can I get over here?
I'll definitely be watching this storm, and obviously it can change direction, and that's one of the concerns that we do have. There are a slew of storm chasers looking at this. We're keeping an eye on everybody right now. We got a large team of storm chasers out there, and we also have a team behind us looking at every single.
So y'all can see the left edge of this supercell dropping these tornadoes right there in front of us. So I can get out of that street light.
It's even a little tight right there near Blackland. And once again, it's in a farmland, so if there's a tornado here, I don't think it's going to be hitting anything, which is good. So let's hope if there's a tornado, it's not going to hit anything here. Those are the best kind of tornadoes. Also, Edgar O'Neill.
Why isn't that update?
Because it thinks that you're turning that way. It said to
Not
take
that.
Is looking at it, but he's losing connection there. We're going to keep an eye on him. Looks like a lot of people are losing connection. Look at CJ, actually. CJ has a drone shot right now of the storm that is trying to produce a tornado right now.
People, this is a big storm. We got to get down here out of these street lights so we can see it.
In 7/10 of a mile, you're going to take a right.
Everybody's headed down here. We're already here. We're just trying to, how far?
6/10 of a mile.
We're trying to get outside these city lights where you can see it better.
Half a mile.
Alright, we're gonna go back to that in a second. Canada actually is back to quantum.
Here.
Good shout out to Christy with the $20 super chat.
Is this 60 that we're going to get on?
Yes.
And if I go back to the east, I'll be able to stay on it.
Yes.
This is the latest tornado threat from the Storm Prediction Center. This is like their latest outlook. They just issued this
Thanks, Holly.
15 minutes ago. And so there's a
3/10 of a
5%
mile.
tornado risk. This is basically where a few strong tornadoes are likely tonight. Anytime from now, all the way until like 3 or 4 in the morning, it's going to be a long tornado.
If we can get turned around here, everybody will get to see this storm.
It doesn't include down
2/10 of a
specifically
mile.
inside there, the Dallas area.
2/10 of a mile.
I got a dead end coming up.
Right. You're going to go right.
We have
1/10 of a
found
mile.
another, just say, what is going on here?
Here?
You curve around.
Like,
Well, it,
outside of the car right now, this is live. What are we doing? This guy's a storm chaser. I don't think he's even up his original
here we go.
standing outside the car. And how much more dangerous can this
Hang in there, Holly.
No, this road is going to take us onto Highway 60.
most important thing going?
It's gonna take us further.
Right onto Highway 60 in 3 miles.
We may be outside the car.
Yeah, we're losing it. It needs to update the radars. Our radar's having trouble updating out here.
The truck. That's even legal. The bare minimum information, I'm just staying out the car like an idiot.
We'll just get a new loop so we can see
I
it.
can't believe this is live. Bro, we see the craziest stuff on the street. It's unbelievable. Back on our Storm Media crew located a medium to back supercell inbound. Valley, Kansas.
Just disappeared right there on the radar because it's not
Also
updated.
back over for now, Missouri. We are watching
I just opened it on my radar on my phone.
Missouri 13 to 7 Florida. This is the
Zoom in.
basic tennis ball size hit. And the Hamptonator curve located just southwest of Pleasantville. That is Ryan Shaw. We've been keeping an eye on him as the show is cooling. It's also very dark outside, so it's getting harder to see stuff. But we have an area of rotation. It's a really weird looking object. That's going to be located just to the south of West Bend. And if we have a tornado at any moment, it will be heading into right. And also going towards West Bend at night, so you need to take your shelter. If you move anywhere near the storm or Springfield, we have an issue. A radio tornado moving through this storm. That will include the ones that are in Bolivia. Sized hail.
We gotta get out of these trees. I gotta be able to see. I can't believe these radars are not updated.
There it goes, the one my phone is on.
We're gonna be able to see it. We can get out of these trees right down here. We were able to get on the south side of it now. The lightning is intensifying, which generally means the storm's re-intensifying. Get out of the trees and off this back road.
9/10 of a mile, we're going to take a right onto Highway 60. 8/10 of a mile. It'll be at a stop sign. 7/10 of a mile. 6/10 of a mile.
ain't had hardly any trees all day, and now I can't get out of them.
Three tenths of a mile.
We're gonna go right.
Yes.
The connection is incredibly poor out here compared to what you guys have really good hardware too, and they're not able to stay up right now.
Here?
A lot of chasers do not have connection. Box. There is a tornado and can't trying to develop on this storm.
Now you take a left.
The edge, you can see there the supercell right there. This thing's gonna be massive to get through these sites. This is why we don't storm chase in cities.
We're gonna take a left.
You got me to the city outside. We're not going to City Hall, right?
No, we're not. But we're on Highway
I'm just gonna-
123 right now.
So we're not on 60 yet?
No, I was trying to get you onto Highway 60.
I thought that was 60.
No.
I've got to get out of here.
Take a left to get to Highway 60.
What if I just go straight? Will it take me to Highway 60?
No. Yes. Keep going straight. It'll
That's what
go
I
to
thought.
Highway 60.
That's what I thought. Come on, cars. Oh my God, come on, cars.
And we're gonna have a lot of storm chasers out there. Tomorrow's gonna be an outbreak, it looks like. I mean, these significant tornado parameter values are insane, too. We will probably have several intense or violent tornadoes tomorrow. But if this verifies, we will have several intense and violent tornadoes tomorrow. This is absolutely insane. This is insane. We will have several days for any other of these weather events.
I'm just down this road, right?
Yes.
Gotta get some serious caffeine. I think I'm gonna need more than caffeine. I'm gonna need like
Thank God.
something espresso.
Is there any major highways going to the right? How far am I from 60?
Not very. You are within a mile of Highway 60.
I've got to get out of these city lights. We can get out of these city lights, you're going to be able to see this entire structure of this storm.
So you're around this curve, it's going to turn into highway. You're going to join up with Highway 60 shortly. Slow down. Somewhere right here. Highway 60 goes to the right here.
All right, finally. Now,
Missouri. That is a discrete supercell there. Else, for the most part, here, Jefferson City is predominantly damaging winds right now. We are wondering the possibility that.
look at that, people.
I was going to say right now, the main supercell that we have to watch for is this one in Oklahoma, which right now is not producing a tornado, but it's definitely going to try to here soon.
We got to get our bearings on this storm. See that's, holy cow.
On the left middle side of your screen, there is a lowering there. We have a lot more storm chasers that are going to be seeing this here soon. Once this gets a little bit closer, right now, one of the interesting things about this, actually, from a chaser's perspective, is that there is a large tall grass preserve here. So all the chasers have to...
We're going to go down and get a better viewpoint of this. The tornado is on the back side of that supercell. We're going to get out here where we can get a good view of this. There any roads off to the right?
Yes, there's like a little.
How far? I got to get out in
Within a
farm
mile,
country.
it's road 3225.
Okay.
County Road 3225.
Look at that supercell up there, people.
It's 0.8 of a mile away.
Look at that. We can get out here. We're gonna, if this drops this tornado on the ground, we're gonna get great shots of this.
Half a mile away. 0.4 of a mile. 0.3 of a mile. 0.2 of a mile. 0.1 of a mile. It's right there.
Does it go way out?
No, it loops around a little bit. It goes out a little ways and it loops around. There's another one.
Right here.
This one goes out.
How big is this one?
This road's pretty long and it branches out.
Storm Chaser CJ Ziegler has a drone shot of the storm right now where you can see that large circular area in the clouds, and that's kind of mesocycle for the most part right past ground clouds.
Dirt road. You took me on a dirt road.
It didn't show that on the map.
The storm still has a looks like a tornado there, some giant hail, so
I'm not doing dirt roads.
No.
some giant hail that's going into Montana, West Mineral as well.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
Big shout out to Dan with a $100 super chat. Brand new subscriber. Thanks, Max. I guess a brand new subscriber donates $100 immediately. Appreciate that. Thank you also, Trent, for the $25 super chat. There's a lot of chasers here on the supercell in Oklahoma. It's a large dip. That large dip is kind of where we're looking for the tornado.
That tornado is right there. It's right on the other side of that tree. It's on the back side of this tower. Have you got a radar in your weather radar? Put my radar on your cell phone and you'll see the hook. But is there a paved road down here we can go down and get out in the field? This thing is going to be big when it drops. Everybody's coming down. They're predicting this supercell to be the biggest supercell of the day. How big an area do you cover?
2,300 square miles, Osage County.
Well, you'll be able to follow it for a while. It's going to get bigger. So if I go back up here, huh?
Are you live streaming?
Yes. Here, give me a card.
What's your stream?
If I go back down 60, if I go back down 60, what's a good paved road?
The ones that are all in the Springfield have not been as
3351. You probably ought to get out there too. You'll see it come through, and with all this lightning, the lightning's going to get more intense. You'll be able to see it. Yeah, well, download on your personal cell phone my radar and bring it up, and you'll be able to. We're just south of it, about 8 miles.
Flashing lights is what caught my attention.
Well, you'd be surprised how many other chasers that don't do it professionally want to run up on your backside. So that's why we put them back here.
They ain't supposed to have them on.
Huh? Is that
In Oklahoma, you're not supposed to have them on.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was red or blue lights.
No, you can't have any flashing lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll turn them off.
All right.
Okay.
I just dropped the landscape there. This is Ryan Shelley just came back. This is what he's looking at. There was a lowering, it looked like, right up there at the top. You guys
Be
see that?
careful.
It's like a scud. This is
300
I think
square
that's
miles.
yeah,
Oh, my
it's
God.
Right near it. Right over Morrisville, just north of Springfield.
You turn them off.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Maybe hand up a $10 sub, $20 super chat.
But we know now.
Appreciate that.
What did you say, 3851?
3861.
be a
36.
Fortunately.
All right.
So no flashing
I think
lights.
Ryan
out
Scholl
there.
is just done with today. I think he's just done. His documentation just got blown out. I think he's exhausted. Probably drove through another inch. Oh my goodness. That storm will still produce this watch out, by the way. They didn't drive through this time. Okay, go. Let's go.
All right, we're going to go back out here. That trooper gave us a road 3861 or 3851 down here. But I'm not doing dirt roads or gravel roads.
Go to our safe place. This one in Oklahoma is ramping up again.
And apparently you can't have any, even yellow flashing lights on a vehicle if you're not law enforcement, EMS, fire, according to what he just told me.
Just east of that
I was not aware of that. That must be a new,
Chasers at least is that there's a preserve in the middle of where the storm is. So you can see the wall climb from where Zach is located. He's on the east side of the preserve.
look at all that lightning in that storm.
Yeah, you can see the whole gecko on radar. It's getting a lot more luminous. So this is probably going to be dropping a tornado here soon. It's going to be a long night, definitely.
Ooh, look at that. Holy cow.
Next road is 3425 North, right?
We can just get to,
Continue to keep an eye on it. Nice show. He's going down Bob's Road out here. So, road network's wild. You gotta go like all the way down. Real-time again for this preserve.
look at,
Unfortunate thing is this definitely hurts the wildlife and tall grass is out here too. This though, was kind of waiting to see. Looks like once it gets past where they're at. It's moving east at about 15 miles per hour. It is a moving storm.
I can believe
Speed
that.
at about 6 o'clock on Interstate 44. Across this thing, gentlemen. This is kind of legit where it's going to be at. Speed up. This is off of it going 15 miles per hour. So around 10 sooner than those. Bartlesville, we definitely got to be ready. Benita,
fast.
it's gonna be sometime around 1 in the morning, but on him too. Hey, you want to follow super chat? Chat. Yeah, there chat's on Fulton was looking towards where the 20 yet.
Pull up a little bit further up here. Oh man.
Let's get one text along with it.
Whoa! So we're in Bartlett's. Oh, so he must have a show today. Okay, Wi-Fi. We're in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Oh, we gotta get ahead of all these chasers. Look at that. Oh my God. The chasers headed down this
Stopping weird. Stopping us.
oh, the tornadoes right here. Oh, the chasers coming down the